You should get ready as soon as possible. What's going on? BlackRock is talking more than ever about making real things into tokens. Now is a very important time for everyone. Only 4.1 billion people are using the Federal Reserve's RP service right now, which is the fewest since April 2021. Now let's talk about why RRP is important. What is it? But it has gone down by 2. It's one of the most important ways to measure the extra cash of the financial system. 5 trillion since December 2022 when it was at its highest point. There was a lot of extra cash during the last bull market. If we scroll down and look at the picture, we can see this. It was the all-time high for crypto at that time. The XRP, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana prices are going to go through the roof right now. BNB. Right now, all of the top altcoins were setting new records for how much money they sent out. All of these altcoins' prices dropped even more when liquidity went down. This happened when liquidity was high and then went down again. Things started to get better. This is when Bitcoin hit its all-time low. It's been 5 years and things have been crazy since then. We are now here. In the United States of America, quantitative tightening has never stopped. A lot of people don't know this. The US has had too much cash on hand for a long time. Things are going to change soon, though. These days, there is a lot of money in the market. When prices reach this level, strange things start to happen. Like the Federal Reserve printing money, because the market needs it so much. Not good. There's a good chance that banks will start to fail if the Fed doesn't do this. I'm also sure that the big banks are putting a lot of pressure on the Fed right now to make this happen. Based on what I'm seeing in the markets right now, I do think that rate cuts that are bigger than we thought were likely are about to happen. And if this really does happen, the US economy will add trillions of dollars to the world economy, which is great for XRP. Look at this situation for yourself. There you have it. That's right. Check out the time in 2022 when there is the most money available. What else was the highest it had ever been at that time? Feel free to answer that question in the space below. Gold costs more than $4,300 an ounce for the first time ever. In 2025, they're up more than 60%. In the market, gold is the best way to tell where things will go before they happen. It doesn't matter if it's Bitcoin or something else. It doesn't matter whether it's real estate or the stock market. Gold is the best. It always moves first, in case you didn't know. You'll figure it out today. Each time Bitcoin, crypto, or gold futures hit an all-time high, the price of Bitcoin went up by a certain amount. The process can take anywhere from a few days to a few weeks. Crypto was one of the first to follow. Sometimes it takes a month. It does happen, even if it takes 2 months. Sometimes you need to wait a little longer. The markets are very scared right now. I'm afraid that something crazy is going on right now, which we will talk about soon. But even hedge funds are scared. The speed at which hedge funds sell stocks is clear. People sold $3 billion worth of US stocks last week. For the 4th week in a row, people who owned stocks sold them. It's the 4th week in a row that hedge funds have lost money. This week they dumped more than $2.1 billion. With 2.1 billion views in 4 weeks, they got the most attention, which was the most ever seen since records began in 2008. People think, oh no, that's really bad when they see this. It looks really, really scary. But don't forget what happened after 2008. The banks had money. You could have made so much money from it that it would have changed your life if you had bought it. What did we see in the crypto world? Some cryptocurrencies lost 90% of their value in the flash crash. That the XRP price went down to 120. What do you know? If you could buy at that time, you got the best deal in a generation. Even though the Fed is telling everyone they're going to print money, I still think the prices are great this moment. Things happen that everyone knows when M2 goes up. We all know what happens. This picture shows that M2 around the world has been rising. Why does this take place? Without a doubt, you can see a rise in 2020. This is when Biden's government took over. During the COVID era, this is when they started printing. The value of RM2 has gone through the roof in the past 2 years, hitting its highest point here in April 2022. Some of that liquidity went away when things got tighter, but it's been going up all over the world. Coins have gone up from 24 to 25 in value thanks to this too. The US has not been adding to the amount of M2 in the world. They haven't started to key yet. The US is still the same. The United States, China, Australia, and Europe have all done it. The US hasn't started making money yet, but a lot of other places have. The US also knows that when they turn on this money machine, chaos will ensue. They work in the best business in the world. They're going to make things crazy. This means that the GDP of one US state is much higher than the GDP of many other countries put together. In the crypto space, what do you think will happen to the dollar bill that everyone uses? Also, 98% of all crypto deals are done with stable US dollar coins. How do you think the money machine works when it's turned on? The value of the US dollar goes down. At these rates, the value of Bitcoin or XRP will either go through the roof, or more people will put their money into crypto. Just wait a few more months. Really? Some people think that December of this year will be our best month. Some people think our best time will be in January or February 2026. How long does that last? This is about 4.5. It could be 2 months or 6 months. Sign me up, please. That sounds good to me. It doesn't worry me if XRP goes back to 120 in October. I will do everything I can to make sure that doesn't happen based on what I see here. More people need to adopt that way of thinking. Because I know that many of you will see this movie, look at the markets, get scared, and make the wrong choice at the right time. You'll pick the wrong thing when it's time to earn money. You'll sell and be scared. It's going to happen. ETF is still something we haven't talked about. Okay. BlackRock, which is what we're going to talk about now. You stay put. Taking a look at the important times. These XRP ETFs should be accepted from October 18th to 25th. Between October 18th and October 25th, there is a 95% to 100% chance that these will be accepted, according to Bloomberg and Polymarket. Grayscale, Bitwise, and a lot more are out there. The government is still closed. Slow down. It might make things take even longer, but it doesn't matter if it's October 25 or November 6. Perhaps it won't happen until at least November. We're going to wait a few months anyway. And things go crazy as soon as these flows begin, or as soon as quantitative easing begins. This is what Larry thinks. At this point, the CEO of BlackRock has said this. Pay close attention, because this tells us a lot about where these trillions of dollars are going for the big dogs, the guys with a lot of money who know everything. Pay attention. What does it mean to be online? It seems like we're just beginning to tokenize everything from real estate to stocks and bonds. It's pretty loud here. It's very loud. Still, it's good. Money is being used. That is good for you. I love seeing money work. 41 trillion is stored in digital wallets around the world. A good chunk of that cash is not in the US. Tokenizing an ETF is a good way for people who are just starting to trade in markets like crypto to do it. We might be able to get them to switch to more standard long-term retirement goods now that they're putting money into it. Okay, fine. In light of this, we see it as BlackRock's next big chance in the next 10 years. Okay, he's talking about crazy things. In case you didn't know, BlackRock should also be made safer.